Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm with you with a new chapter of biology, and the name of the chapter is Reproduction in Plants. This is new chapter of your science, and it relates with biology. It relates to biology. So the chapter name is Reproduction. Reproduction. Actually, it is made up of two words: re and production. The meaning of re means again, re means again, and the production means the formation of same kind. So the meaning of reproduction is it is a process by which a living organism that means plants, animals, by which living organisms can produce again their own kind, that is known as reproduction. So in this chapter we will discuss this process in only and only plants, that is reproduction in plants. And in your next class, in the next year, you will discuss about the reproduction in animals. So let's start the chapter reproduction in plants. Plants part, plant part. Basically, in the case of a plant, when we see a plant, then we observe only two parts. One area which is above the soil. This area is above the soil. That is visible to us easily. And this area is under the soil. So the area which is under the soil, that is root, and the area which is above the soil, that is shoot. So a plant broadly mainly made up of two systems. One is shoot system and the another one is root system. Shoot system above the land and root system below the land. And we are discussing about the common plants. We are not saying that we are each and every plant will do, as you have already discussed in your previous classes, that some plants have their modified stem, their modified roots. So we are not discussing about that one. We are discussing about a common normal plant. Then in the plant, as we know that reproduction, as this is our topic, reproduction in plants. So reproduction, as I discussed with you, reproduction is the process of producing young ones from their parents. अपने पेरेंट्स से अगर एक न्यू प्लांट को प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है, मतलब पेरेंट से न्यू प्लांट को प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है, देन दैट प्रोसेस इज नोन एज रिप्रोडक्शन, एज आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. Reproduction is basically of three types. That means the method of producing the new one can be done by three types. One is asexual reproduction, second is vegetative reproduction, and the third one is sexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction, then vegetative reproduction, and then sexual reproduction. We will discuss these three types in plants. And as I told you that reproduction is of three types. It depends on the type of plant, that what type of reproduction can be done by that plant. So the plant will adopt that method for reproduction. Asexual reproduction, a single parent is involved. Simple division of a plant body into two or more parts or formation of spores. So first you understand, we will discuss in detail. First you understand only single parent is involved. Which is involved? Only and only single parent. And in sexual reproduction there will be two parents, in which one will be male and the another will be female. So we will discuss again this. Asexual reproduction, a single parent is involved and the division will take place. It is very interesting in the science that in science when a cell will divide, then it form more number of cell, whereas in the mathematics, if the division process will take place, then always the number will become reduced. So it is interesting in science that in science division will increase the number. In sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. And in vegetative reproduction, that means any vegetative part. And what are the vegetative part? Like leaf, like root, like stem, if those parts take part in reproduction, then that is known as vegetative reproduction. So any cell, tissue or part of an organ of a plant develop into a new organism. So every part of the plant is made up of cell, and the combination of that cell is known as tissue or any organ. Organ means like leaf, I told you, like you can say stem. So any part of that organ can also be used for reproduction, for making a new plant. So there are three different processes of reproduction: asexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction and sexual reproduction. First we will discuss about asexual reproduction. Formation of new plants from the cells of a single parent. It is very very important to understand that in asexual reproduction only a single parent is involved. A single parent, that means one organism only can produce the new one. So this is known as asexual reproduction. There are three main processes of asexual reproduction in your course. The first one is budding. First one is budding. So what do you mean by budding? A small bulb-like cellular outgrowth. For example, you can see in this diagram, if I start this diagram from this one is the starting cell. This one first step. So the process will go from this to that. So a single cell is there when there will be an outgrowth. You can see in the picture this one is outgrowth and this one is called bud. Even it is not clearly visible in the diagram, but you can take help from your book also. So this outgrowth, I think outgrowth is clearly visible. This outgrowth is called bud. When this bud grow like that, then the nucleus will also divide. A cell contain nucleus. This one is nucleus where I put the red dot. This is nucleus. So nucleus start to divide, you can see here. Then after that the nucleus will completely divide and now the cell will detach from the parent cell. So there was only one cell and now you can get two cells. So this process in which a small bulb-like cellular outgrowth, that is called bud, is formed on parent cell and develop into an independent organism. Parent cell will grow an outgrowth. This outgrowth is called bud, and after fully development this bud will detach from the parent. And this process you can see in the yeast. Yeast is a kind of fungi, an organism. So yeast can do it in a very short period of time. So this is the method of budding. But it does not that only and only yeast do this process. Different organisms can do this process, but in your course, in your book, only yeast is discussed. But other than yeast, some more organisms are also there. Second one is fragmentation. Fragmentation means the formation of fragments. Formation of fragments. So here what happened? An adult organism like this one. This one is the example of an algae and the name of the algae is Spirogyra. So this one is Spirogyra. When it become mature, then it break into small parts, two part or the more part, and these part or pieces are called as fragments. These small fragments will grow to become a new plant. That means these small fragments, if two fragments will be there, then both will grow to become a new organism. So because in this process the main organism, so-called parent organism, divide into fragments and these fragments will then become a new organism, completely grow to become a new organism. This is called fragmentation. The third one is spore formation. Spore formation process, it is very very important process. Parent body produce microscopic single or multi-celled spherical bodies. Even I think this process is very much common for you because sometime you have observed that on the rotten food particles like a bread piece. You can do it in the earlier classes, in the previous classes, sorry, you already have done this activity that you grow a cotton like structure, a cotton like growth on the rotten bread piece. This was done by you. So in that condition, the small cotton like structure, that cotton like structure contain a bob like head, and that bob like head will uh, that bob like head is called spore, is contain spore basically. When this bob like head will rupture, then very small microscopic particles will release from that, and these small microscopic particles are known as spores, and they will germinate, that means they will grow into a new plant during their favorable condition. And you know that this is the time which is favorable time for the spore formation. You can easily observe that many fungal infection takes place during this rainy season. So the rainy season is the most favorable time for spore formation. So parent plant produce microscopic single or multi-celled spherical bodies which germinate into new plants during favorable condition. And you can see this in the ferns or mosses. And I want to discuss one important thing with you, that the structure which contain these microscopic single or multi-celled microscopic cell in their body, that is basically known as sporangia. That is basically called sporangia. So that sporangia is important. Sporangia contain spores. Actually the spores are the main cells and they are present in the sporangia. Okay, I think this one is clear to you. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.